Let me tell you something. Life is full of choices every single day. We choose what to wear, what to eat, how we spend our time. But there's one choice we often overlook, and that's who we allow into our lives. Who do you let into your circle? And more importantly, are they choosing you the way you choose them? Now, listen carefully. Life is too short to spend it chasing people who don't want to be caught. Stop running after those who aren't running with you. You've got to choose people who choose you. People who, without hesitation, make the same investment in you as you do in them. That's the foundation of any relationship reciprocity. You see, it's simple. You are a person of value. And that means you've got to surround yourself with people who see that value. People who don't just stick around when things are easy or convenient, but who stand with you when life throws those curveballs. Because if you're the only one giving, and they're only taking, you're draining yourself. And let me tell you, that energy you keep giving away to people who don't deserve it, it's precious. You've got to protect that. Now, think about it for a second. Have you ever been in a room full of people and felt alone? It's because those folks weren't choosing you, and deep down you knew it. And that's the hardest part, the realization that maybe you've been chasing the wrong people. But listen, that's not a loss. That's a revelation. It's a moment where you get to reclaim your power. You can't be afraid to walk away from those who consistently show you that they don't care. Because the people who choose you, they're out there. They're waiting for you. They are the ones who show up when it matters, who push you to be better, who celebrate your victories and share your burdens. You've got to create space for them by letting go of the people who don't see your worth. Understand this energy is reciprocal. What you give out, you deserve to get back. Loyalty, commitment, trust. These are the ingredients of relationships that matter. But it's a two-way street, always. When you're with people who choose you, it's not about tallying who does what, but you'll feel that mutual respect and love flowing between you. And when you start making that choice, choosing people who choose you, you will notice a change. Your energy will change. Your peace of mind will change. Your happiness will change because you are no longer chasing validation from someone else. You already have it from the people who matter, from the ones who stand by you in the light and in the dark. So I'm telling you today, stop wasting your time on one-sided relationships. Stop making excuses for people who don't make any effort for you. Life's too short, and you've got too much to offer to settle for less than you deserve. Choose people who choose you, and watch how your world starts to shift. Remember this, you're not asking for too much. You're asking the right people. You're asking the people who see you for who you are, who appreciate what you bring to the table, and who in turn are ready to bring just as much to your table. So stand tall, stand strong, choose people who choose you. That's how you win in life. That's how you grow. That's how you find real peace. The first key point, value relationships where both parties invest equally, is crucial to the foundation of any healthy and meaningful connection. Relationships, whether personal or professional, thrive on mutual investment. When two people are both committed, giving their time, their energy, and their hearts, it creates balance. And balance leads to growth, trust, and understanding. But here's the truth: too often, we find ourselves in situations where we are the ones constantly giving. We're the ones always showing up, making the effort, trying to keep the connection alive. And when that happens, what we're really doing is depleting ourselves. We're draining our energy, pouring our love and support into a vessel that's not giving anything back. You deserve better than that. True relationships are partnerships, and partnerships mean both sides contribute. They show up for you just like you show up for them. They are there in your moments of need, just as you are for theirs. It's not about keeping score, it's about the genuine intention to build something together. And when you find someone who is willing to make that same investment in you, hold on to them. Because that's the kind of connection that lasts. That's the kind of connection that fuels you rather than drains you. At the end of the day, value the relationships that feel like a two-way street, not a dead end. If someone isn't putting in the same effort, it's time to reevaluate why you're pouring your heart into a place that isn't pouring back. You deserve a connection where both of you are equally invested, where the effort is mirrored, and where your energy is matched. The second key point, surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, is about the power of influence in your life. The people you surround yourself with shape your reality, your mindset, and your journey. They can either push you toward greatness or hold you back in mediocrity. That's why it is essential to choose people who lift you up, not those who weigh you down. You need to be around individuals who, when you succeed, are the first to cheer for you, and when you fail, they're the ones lifting you off the ground. These are the people who believe in your potential even when you doubt it. They speak life into your dreams, they challenge you to do better, and they support you in ways that push you forward. Energy is contagious. When you're surrounded by negativity, people who belittle you, criticize you, or dismiss your ideas, that energy seeps into your soul. It creates self-doubt. It holds you back. But when you're in the company of people who inspire you, people who encourage your ambitions, you thrive. You start to believe in yourself the way they believe in you. It's not about surrounding yourself with yes men or people who never challenge you. It's about choosing people who genuinely want to see you grow. People who are not threatened by your success, but are inspired by it. People who, instead of pulling you down, lift you higher even when you don't see how high you can go. Here's the reality: life is hard enough on its own. The world will throw obstacles in your path. Don't make it harder by keeping people in your life who don't believe in you. Choose people who are building with you, not breaking you down. People who remind you of your greatness when you forget. People who make you feel like you can when everything else makes you feel like you can't. Remember, when you surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, your mindset shifts, your vision sharpens, and your path becomes clearer. These are the people who will walk with you towards your goals, who will celebrate every milestone with you, and who will always remind you that you are capable of more than you imagine. Surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you, because in doing so, you become the best version of yourself. The third key point: avoid relationships that are one-sided or where you are not appreciated. Strikes at the heart of self-respect and emotional well-being. One-sided relationships are draining, unsustainable, and often damaging to your sense of self-worth. You must understand that staying in relationships where you are not valued is a disservice to yourself. When you're constantly the one giving, always making the effort, and never receiving the same in return, you end up empty. Whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a professional connection, one-sided dynamics leave you exhausted. They chip away at your confidence, slowly convincing you that you're not worthy of being treated with the same respect and care that you offer to others. But that's a lie. You are worthy of appreciation. It's easy to make excuses for the people we care about, to say maybe they're just busy or they don't realize what they're doing, but at some point, you have to recognize when someone is choosing not to value you. Because appreciation isn't about grand gestures, it's about showing up, being there, making an effort. And if someone repeatedly fails to do that, you need to question why you're still holding on to that relationship. Respect yourself enough to walk away. It's not selfish to expect reciprocity in your relationships. It's necessary for your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. One-sided relationships create imbalance, and imbalance leads to frustration, stress, and sometimes even resentment. Imagine watering a plant every day, nurturing it, but never seeing it grow because the roots are damaged. That's what it's like being in a relationship where your efforts aren't being met. You're pouring yourself into something that isn't flourishing, and that's not fair to you. You deserve relationships where you are cherished, respected, and appreciated for who you are and what you bring to the table. Surround yourself with people who are willing to invest just as much as you do. When you let go of those who don't see your value, you open up space for those who do. And trust me, when you're in relationships where the appreciation flows both ways, you'll feel lighter, stronger, and more connected to the person you truly are. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Choose relationships where there's mutual love, respect, and effort. Because life is too short to spend it in spaces where you are not appreciated. Step away from one-sided relationships and step into connections where your worth is recognized and celebrated. Recognize your worth and don't settle for less is a profound message about self-awareness, self-love, and the power of setting standards in your life. Recognizing your worth is not just a matter of confidence, it's about understanding your value, your gifts, and what you truly deserve in all aspects of life. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard and not compromising that standard for anyone or anything that doesn't honor who you are. Too often, we find ourselves settling for less, whether in relationships, careers, or personal goals, because we doubt our own worth. We start to believe that maybe we're asking for too much, that maybe we should just accept whatever comes our way. But the truth is, settling for less is a slow erosion of your spirit. It sends a message, not just to the world, but to yourself, that you don't believe you're worthy of more. And that's where the real damage happens, when you start doubting your own value. You are more than enough. You have to own that fact. You have unique strengths, talents, and qualities that no one else possesses. When you recognize this, you stop entertaining people, situations, or opportunities that don't align with your worth. When you know what you bring to the table, you don't beg for a seat, you choose the table that respects and acknowledges what you offer. Don't settle for relationships that are lukewarm, for jobs that make you feel insignificant, or for dreams that feel too small. You deserve relationships that are fulfilling and partnerships that empower you. You deserve work that challenges you and makes you feel valued. You deserve a life that matches the greatness that is within you. But here's the key: you have to believe it first. If you settle for less, you will always receive less. If you tell yourself you'll accept the bare minimum, that's exactly what life will give you. The universe responds to the energy you put out. If you walk with the confidence that you are worthy of love, respect, and success, then life will meet you at that level. But if you shrink yourself, thinking you don't deserve more, you'll continue to live in spaces that limit your potential. Stop compromising your standards just to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Stop lowering your expectations just because you fear being alone or missing out. Let me tell you something, it's far better to wait for what you truly deserve than to accept something that falls short. Patience is a form of power. Knowing your worth means being willing to walk away from what's not serving you because you trust that better is coming. Don't let fear or doubt convince you to settle. The moment you recognize your worth, everything changes. Your decisions become sharper, your boundaries become stronger, and the people and opportunities that come into your life will start to reflect the respect you have for yourself. You'll start to attract what aligns with your true value. So stand tall, believe in who you are, and never, ever settle for less than you deserve. Because once you fully recognize your worth, you'll realize that the only person who can define how you're treated, how you live, and how high you rise is you. Life is too short to spend it with people who don't genuinely care about you is a wake-up call about how we invest our time and emotional energy. Time is our most precious resource. It's finite, and once it's gone, we don't get it back. Yet, many of us spend far too much of it trying to earn the care, attention, or validation of people who simply aren't invested in us. That's not just unwise, it's a tragedy. Think about it, every day you spend with people who don't truly care about you is a day you'll never get back. You could be using that time to nurture relationships with those who do care, those who want to see you thrive, who appreciate who you are at your core. You could be investing that energy into your own growth, your dreams, and your happiness, but instead you're pouring your heart into connections that leave you feeling empty. Why chase people who aren't chasing you? Why try to prove your worth to people who never really valued you in the first place? The reality is, people who don't genuinely care about you will never fully appreciate what you bring to the table, no matter how much effort you put in. They're not there for you in the moments when you truly need them. They're there when it's convenient, when it serves their own needs. That's not love. That's not friendship. That's one-sided. And life is far too precious to be spent in that space. You deserve more than that. You deserve relationships that make you feel seen, heard, and valued. People who care about you don't make you question your worth. They show up, they listen, they stand by you when life gets tough. Not just when it's easy. They give as much as they take, and when you're around them, you feel uplifted, not drained. When you spend your life with people who don't genuinely care, you rob yourself of real connection. And real connection is what life is all about. It's what gives our experiences meaning. It's the warmth in a friend's comforting words, the loyalty in a loved one's actions, the joy in shared laughter. When you surround yourself with people who care, your heart feels lighter, your burdens seem more manageable, and your days are filled with purpose. But here's the thing, letting go of people who don't care can be difficult. We often hold on out of fear of being alone, fear of confrontation, fear of the unknown. But that's where courage comes in. The moment you decide that your time, your heart, and your energy are too valuable to waste on people who don't reciprocate, you reclaim your life. You open up space for the people who do care, The people who will walk with you through the highs and the lows, who see your worth and honor it. Life is too short to be spent in unfulfilling spaces. Every minute you spend with someone who doesn't care is a minute taken away from something or someone who will. So make a choice. Choose to fill your life with those who are there for the right reasons, with people who bring light into your world. Let go of the people who take you for granted, who treat you like an option when you've made them a priority. Because the truth is, the right people, the ones who care about you deeply, are out there, waiting to enter your life. But first, you have to make room for them. Remember, life is short, but it can be full of rich, meaningful connections. It's up to you to choose who gets to share your time, your energy, and your heart. Choose wisely, because once that time is gone, you can't get it back. Choose the people who choose you, the people who genuinely care, and let the rest fall away. Energy is reciprocal. Invest where it is returned speaks to the importance of balance and mutual effort in relationships. Whether it's with friends, family, colleagues, or romantic partners, the energy you put into a relationship should be met with the same level of commitment and respect. When that balance is there, the relationship thrives, but when it's absent, you're left feeling drained and unfulfilled. Think of relationships like an exchange of energy. When you invest your time, love, and effort into someone, you're giving a piece of yourself. It's natural to expect that in return. That's not selfish, it's how healthy relationships work. They're built on reciprocity. It's a give and take, a balance where both sides benefit, grow, and feel supported. When energy is reciprocated, something beautiful happens. The relationship strengthens, becomes a source of joy, and helps you evolve. You feel supported, appreciated, and uplifted. It's like charging a battery. Both of you keep recharging each other, and that creates a relationship that's dynamic, resilient, and fulfilling. But when that energy isn't returned, you start to feel depleted. It's like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you give, it's never enough because the energy you're investing isn't being replenished. Ask yourself, where is your energy going? Are you investing it in relationships that nurture and support you? Or are you pouring it into spaces where it's being taken for granted? It's critical to be mindful of who you're giving your time and emotional resources to. If the energy you're putting into a relationship isn't being returned, it's a sign that something's off. You might be investing in someone who doesn't prioritize you, doesn't see your value, or simply doesn't care as much as you do. It's okay to expect reciprocity. Too often, we're made to feel like we should give endlessly without expecting anything in return. But that's not sustainable. Relationships that are one-sided or unbalanced leave you feeling exhausted, resentful, and undervalued. You have to protect your energy because it's one of the most precious things you have. Invest it in people who give back, who lift you up, and who show you that you matter. It's not just about emotional energy either. This principle applies to every area of life. Whether it's your career, your friendships, or even your passions, make sure the energy you put in is leading to growth, satisfaction, and fulfillment. If you're constantly giving your all to a job that never recognizes your efforts, or to friends who only call when they need something, you'll burn out. You'll lose the spark that makes you feel alive. Reciprocal energy is a foundation for growth. When you're around people who reflect your effort, who meet you with the same enthusiasm and care, both of you flourish. It's a cycle of positive reinforcement. Your actions inspire theirs, and their actions inspire yours. You motivate each other to be better, to push harder, to love deeper. That's the kind of energy exchange that transforms lives. But when you give and give without receiving, you begin to lose yourself. You start to question your own worth, your own value, and that's a dangerous place to be. Don't allow your energy to be drained by people or situations that don't give back. Set boundaries. Be intentional about where and to whom you give your energy. Recognize when someone is only taking and never giving. It's not about cutting people off for the sake of it. It's about ensuring that you're in environments where your energy is honored and reciprocated. It's about surrounding yourself with people who see your value and respond in kind. People who, when you show up for them, they show up for you too. Energy is reciprocal, and when you invest in the right places, places where your love, effort, and time are returned, you'll find that your life feels more balanced, more joyful, and more fulfilling. You won't feel the constant drain of trying to keep a one-sided relationship alive. Instead, you'll feel nourished, supported, and ready to give even more, because you know that energy is flowing both ways. So, be mindful, protect your energy, and always invest where it is returned, because those are the relationships that will sustain you for the long haul. Loyalty and commitment are key components of meaningful relationships. Speaks to the heart of what makes relationships enduring, reliable, and fulfilling, whether in friendships, romantic partnerships, or family ties. Loyalty and commitment form the foundation that keeps relationships strong through life's inevitable ups and downs. Without these two pillars, any relationship will falter under pressure. Loyalty is the glue that binds us to one another. It's the deep sense of trust that allows us to feel secure, knowing that someone will stand by us even when circumstances are difficult or inconvenient. Loyalty isn't about being perfect or agreeing all the time. It's about showing up for each other, even when it's tough. It's about having someone's back when they're not around to defend themselves. It's being able to trust that, no matter what, your relationship is a priority in the other person's life. In a world where so much is temporary, jobs, trends, even some friendships, loyalty is becoming more rare, but it's also more valuable than ever. People crave connections they can count on, relationships that won't dissolve the moment things get hard. And this is where loyalty shines. When someone is loyal to you, it means they've chosen to stand with you, not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's not. It's easy to be loyal when everything is going smoothly, but true loyalty is tested in times of struggle, disagreement, or uncertainty. Commitment, on the other hand, is the decision to stay invested. It's a choice you make day after day to nurture, grow, and protect the relationship. While loyalty is the emotional trust that binds people, commitment is the action that keeps that bond strong. It's the effort you put in, even when things aren't perfect. In committed relationships, both people are dedicated to the long game. They are willing to work through problems, to communicate openly, and to make sacrifices for the sake of the relationship's health and longevity. Without commitment, even the strongest feelings of love or friendship can fade. Love alone isn't enough to sustain a relationship. It needs to be backed by commitment, by the determination to make things work, to put in the time and effort needed to keep the connection alive and thriving. Commitment means you don't just walk away when things get hard. You stay and figure it out because you're invested in the person and the relationship itself. Loyalty and commitment go hand in hand. They create a safe space for vulnerability, honesty, and growth. When you're in a relationship where both loyalty and commitment are present, you feel secure. You know that the other person isn't just there for the good times, they're there for all times. That kind of security allows you to be your true self, to open up without fear of being judged, abandoned, or betrayed. It's the kind of relationship that enriches your life rather than drains it. However, loyalty and commitment aren't just about blind allegiance. They don't mean staying in situations that are harmful or unhealthy. True loyalty involves accountability. It means that even when you're loyal, you're honest enough to challenge the other person to be better, to grow, to recognize their mistakes. Commitment doesn't mean staying in a relationship that's one-sided or toxic. It means that when both people are invested, you're willing to do the work to keep the relationship healthy and strong. The lack of loyalty and commitment in relationships leads to instability and mistrust. If someone can't rely on you to be there when they need you, or if they feel that you're not fully committed to the relationship, it creates a sense of insecurity. This can make even the strongest bonds crumble. On the other hand, when loyalty and commitment are solid, even when life throws challenges your way, the relationship will weather the storm and come out stronger. It's also important to recognize the value of your own loyalty and commitment. You deserve relationships where these qualities are reciprocated. If you're the one who's always loyal, always committed, but the other person isn't, you have to ask yourself if that's a relationship worth holding on to. Don't let your loyalty keep you tied to someone who isn't showing you the same respect and dedication. Commitment should never feel like a burden you carry alone. In the end, the most meaningful relationships are the ones where loyalty and commitment run deep. They are the relationships that endure, that become a source of strength and comfort in your life. Whether in love, friendship, or family, when loyalty and commitment are at the core, you know that you have something worth cherishing. So, treasure those who show you loyalty, appreciate those who stay committed, and most importantly, be loyal and committed to those who deserve it, because these are the relationships that will stand the test of time. They are the ones that will carry you through life's challenges, uplift you during your darkest moments, and celebrate with you in your brightest ones. Choosing people who value and respect you leads to stronger, more fulfilling relationships, emphasizes the fundamental need for mutual respect and appreciation in any meaningful relationship. When you surround yourself with people who value and respect you, you create an environment where trust, love, and support can grow. Without these elements, a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic partnership, or a professional connection, will always feel incomplete, imbalanced, and unfulfilling. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. When people value and respect you, they honor who you are, your thoughts, your feelings, your time, and your boundaries. They don't try to diminish you or make you feel small. Instead, they lift you up, encourage you, and make you feel seen and heard. They treat you with kindness, understanding, and empathy, even when they don't necessarily agree with you. When someone respects you, they recognize your inherent worth. They don't take you for granted. They listen when you speak. They care about your needs and desires, and they make an effort to understand you on a deeper level. This creates a space where you can be your authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not, and you don't have to constantly prove your value. Instead, you can simply be, knowing that you're accepted and appreciated for who you are. But respect goes both ways. Just as you want others to value and respect you, you must also show the same to them. It's about recognizing that every person has their own unique qualities, strengths, and challenges, and honoring that. When you respect others, you create a dynamic where both parties feel valued. This mutual respect fosters trust and deepens the connection, making the relationship stronger and more fulfilling. Think about it. How many times have you stayed in a relationship where you felt undervalued? How many times have you tolerated disrespect or mistreatment because you were afraid of being alone or thought you didn't deserve better? These kinds of relationships take a toll on your self-esteem and your emotional well-being. They make you doubt yourself, your worth, and your place in the world. But when you're in relationships where you are respected and valued, you feel empowered, confident, and capable of achieving anything. The people who truly value and respect you will never make you feel like you have to settle. They won't expect you to lower your standards or compromise your values just to fit into their world. Instead, they will meet you where you are, support your growth, and encourage you to aim higher. These are the people who push you to be the best version of yourself, not because they're trying to change you, but because they see your potential and want to help you realize it. Respect also means respecting your boundaries. People who truly value you will understand and honor your personal limits. They won't pressure you to do things that make you uncomfortable, and they won't overstep boundaries that you've clearly set. They recognize that part of respecting someone is acknowledging their autonomy, their right to make their own choices, and to decide what's best for their own life. When you choose people who value and respect you, the relationship naturally becomes more fulfilling because it is built on a foundation of trust, mutual understanding, and appreciation. You don't have to fight for attention or validation. You don't have to wonder where you stand or question whether the other person genuinely cares. Instead, you can relax into the relationship, knowing that you are valued for exactly who you are. This kind of relationship is liberating. It frees you from the constant need to prove yourself, to overextend, or to give more than you're receiving. In a relationship rooted in respect, there's balance. You give, and you receive. You support, and you're supported. You love, and you're loved in return. Stronger relationships come from mutual respect. They're not based on convenience or superficial attraction, but on a deep appreciation for one another's humanity. When you choose people who value and respect you, you're choosing relationships that can weather the storms of life. You're choosing people who will stand by your side, not only when it's easy, but when things get tough. You're choosing people who see you for who you are and who honor that person. In contrast, when you engage in relationships where respect and value are lacking, you find yourself constantly struggling to maintain your sense of self. You might feel overlooked, taken for granted, or even used. These kinds of relationships drain your energy and leave you feeling empty. But when respect and value are present, the relationship nourishes you. It feeds your spirit, fuels your ambitions, and makes life's journey that much more enjoyable. Ultimately, the people you choose to surround yourself with should add to your life, not take away from it. They should bring out the best in you and help you grow. When you choose people who value and respect you, you're choosing stronger, more fulfilling relationships that enhance your life rather than diminish it. So, choose wisely. Choose people who lift you up, who see your worth, and who treat you with the respect you deserve. Because when you do, you'll find yourself in relationships that are not only stronger, but also more meaningful, more joyful, and infinitely more fulfilling. Embrace the power of letting go when necessary addresses a crucial yet often challenging aspect of maintaining healthy relationships. Letting go of people who don't serve your growth, happiness, or well-being can be difficult. But it's sometimes the most liberating choice you can make. The reality is that not all relationships are meant to last, and clinging to those that drain you can hinder your ability to thrive and find joy. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It doesn't mean you failed, or that the time you spent together was wasted. Every relationship teaches us something, even if that lesson is about recognizing when it's time to walk away. The important thing is to understand that some connections, no matter how strong they once felt, can become detrimental to your emotional health. Holding on to relationships that cause pain, frustration, or anxiety can create a toxic cycle that prevents you from moving forward in life. Think about it this way: just like a garden, your life requires careful tending. You can't allow weeds to choke out the flowers. If you hold on to relationships that drain your energy or bring negativity, you're essentially letting those weeds overrun your garden. They can suffocate your potential for growth and happiness, making it harder for you to cultivate the life you truly desire. Letting go is about self-respect. It's an act of honoring yourself and your journey. You deserve relationships that uplift and inspire you, not those that leave you feeling diminished. If a relationship consistently causes you pain or feels one-sided, it's essential to assess whether it's worth keeping. Ask yourself, is this relationship adding value to my life? Am I growing as a person, or am I feeling stuck? Making the decision to let go can be empowering. It's a declaration that you are worthy of love, respect, and fulfillment. It signifies that you are no longer willing to accept less than you deserve. When you choose to release relationships that no longer serve you, you free up space in your life for those that do. This opens the door for healthier connections, ones that will nourish your spirit and encourage your growth. However, letting go isn't always easy. There may be feelings of guilt, sadness, or fear associated with the decision. You might worry about how the other person will react or about the void that will be left in your life. But remember, these feelings are natural. It's okay to grieve the loss of a relationship, even if it was toxic. It's part of the healing process. And here's the truth: the void you feel from letting go will eventually be filled with something better. Once you release what no longer serves you, you create room for positive energy, for people who align with your values, and for experiences that inspire you. You open yourself up to new opportunities and connections that uplift you rather than drag you down. Consider this: every time you let go of something that's holding you back, you are affirming your right to live fully. You are declaring that you choose to surround yourself with people who appreciate you, who support your dreams, and who value your contributions. This is how you cultivate a life filled with positivity, growth, and genuine connections. Letting go can also lead to personal growth. It challenges you to reflect on what you truly want in your relationships and in your life. It encourages you to develop a clearer understanding of your needs, desires, and boundaries. This self-reflection can be invaluable, helping you build stronger, healthier connections in the future. In the end, letting go is not a sign of weakness, it's a testament to your strength. It requires courage to break free from the familiar, to step into the unknown, and to trust that better days are ahead. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and making choices that align with your true self. So, embrace the power of letting go when necessary. Recognize that it's not just an end, it's also a beginning. Letting go creates space for new relationships, fresh experiences, and opportunities for growth. You are worthy of a life filled with love, respect, and joy, and sometimes the only way to get there is to release what's holding you back. Trust that you are making room for something far better, something that will nourish your soul and enhance your journey through life. Surround yourself with positivity, and encouragement highlights the essential role that a supportive environment plays in your personal growth and overall well-being. The people we choose to surround ourselves with significantly impact our mindset, motivation, and how we perceive ourselves. When you actively choose to be around positive and encouraging individuals, you create a space where your dreams can flourish and your self-esteem can soar. Positivity is contagious. When you're surrounded by people who exude optimism and support, their energy can inspire you to adopt a similar mindset. It's easy to feel motivated when you're around those who believe in you, who cheer for your successes, and who encourage you during tough times. This positive energy creates an uplifting atmosphere where everyone feels empowered to strive for their goals, take risks, and pursue their passions. On the flip side, negativity can be toxic. When you spend time with people who constantly complain, criticize, or belittle you, it can quickly drain your energy and enthusiasm. Negative individuals can instill doubt, fear, and insecurity, making you question your abilities and aspirations. If you find yourself surrounded by people who pull you down rather than lift you up, it's crucial to reassess those relationships. Surrounding yourself with positivity means consciously choosing relationships that inspire and motivate you. It's about finding people who share your values, dreams, and aspirations. These individuals not only respect your journey, but actively support it. They celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and encourage you to keep pushing forward, especially when you face setbacks. Think of the power of encouragement. It can be a simple word of affirmation or a listening ear when you're struggling. It can come in the form of constructive feedback that helps you improve rather than criticism that makes you feel inadequate. When you are surrounded by people who genuinely want to see you succeed, you gain the confidence to pursue your goals without fear of judgment. This encouragement creates a safety net that allows you to take risks, try new things, and push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. Creating a positive environment also involves nurturing your own mindset. You have the power to cultivate positivity within yourself, which can further amplify the encouragement you receive from others. Practice self-love, affirmations, and gratitude. Acknowledge your accomplishments and celebrate your growth. When you adopt a positive outlook, you not only enhance your own life, but also become a source of positivity for those around you. This reciprocal relationship fosters a supportive community where everyone thrives. Moreover, positivity isn't just about cheerfulness, it's also about authenticity. It means being honest about your struggles while remaining hopeful about the future. Surrounding yourself with those who can be real about challenges while still encouraging each other fosters deeper connections and a more profound sense of belonging. You'll find that you're not alone in your struggles. And this shared experience can create a bond that strengthens your relationships. Investing in relationships that bring positivity and encouragement doesn't mean you have to sever ties with everyone who brings negativity. It's about prioritizing your time and energy for those who uplift you. While it's important to be there for others, you also need to protect your own well-being. Engage with negative individuals when necessary, but set clear boundaries to ensure they don't drain your spirit. The bottom line is that the company you keep can significantly impact your journey. Choosing to surround yourself with positive, encouraging people opens doors to new possibilities. It fosters an environment where you feel valued, capable, and inspired. It's a conscious choice to create a circle of support that not only celebrates your successes, but also holds you accountable and challenges you to grow. So actively seek out those who light you up. Engage with people who motivate you to be your best self, who push you toward your goals, and who celebrate your uniqueness. Build a community that uplifts, encourages, and empowers you. Because when you surround yourself with positivity and encouragement, you're not just enhancing your own life, you're contributing to a cycle of positivity that can inspire others to do the same. Ultimately, the relationships you choose to nurture can become the driving force behind your success and happiness. They can help you overcome obstacles, chase your dreams, and ultimately live a life that reflects your true potential. So choose wisely, choose joy, and surround yourself with those who remind you just how extraordinary you are. In conclusion, choosing people who choose you is not just a personal decision, it's a profound act of self-love and self-respect. The relationships we cultivate significantly shape our lives, influencing our happiness, growth, and overall well-being. When you surround yourself with those who value, respect, and uplift you, you create a powerful support system that nurtures your spirit and propels you toward your dreams. Remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about investing in meaningful connections that foster loyalty, commitment, and positivity. When you choose to let go of those who don't serve your best interests, you make room for relationships that enrich your life, bringing joy and encouragement that elevate you to new heights. So, I challenge you today, evaluate the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or holding you down? Are they encouraging your growth, or are they feeding doubt and negativity? It's time to take charge of your relationships and consciously choose those who ignite your passion and belief in yourself. You have the power to curate your circle, a circle that inspires you, supports you, and believes in you. As you move forward, embrace the transformative impact of surrounding yourself with positivity and encouragement. Cherish the bonds that nurture you, and don't hesitate to let go of those that don't. Life is too precious to spend with those who don't appreciate your worth. Choose wisely, choose courageously, and choose joyfully. Your journey deserves to be shared with those who celebrate you, and together, you can create a life filled with purpose, passion, and profound connection. Thank you,